sounds like your internet's better today, Siggy.
Yeah, it's way better than what I had yesterday. All right, so we're now live. In the order in which you came in, if I remember it correctly, I'll start with Paul. I saw you here first. Kindly give us your report.
I've been working on my OpenPA Power project, developing or rather working up ways to access the IoTivity framework. And I've got that working. Now I'm just setting it up so I can spawn it as a separate process so that if it fails to run, I can then kill the process without holding up the rest of the application.
Right, so which project did you say that is?
That's OpenPA Power. So it's an energy management and monitoring and peer-to-peer trading system.
Seems interesting. Which stack are you using?
Using Ruby on Rails 5.1 and JavaScript, Node.js and JavaScript.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if it's open so that anyone can have a look at that. Anyone
Yes, it is.
Okay. So is it part of the Agile Ventures projects?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you can just post in the chat a link to that particular repository or the channel so that anyone who's interested can join in.
Yeah, the channel is OpenPA Power.
Okay.
I've just posted it there.
Okay. Yep. Thank you, Will, for that. Okay. Any blockers? Seems like everything is running okay.
Yeah.
May I ask, Paul, may I have a chat with you afterwards about your project?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's go to the next person who came in. I think it was either Lucy, Getty. We can go with Lucy first. Lucy, if you can hear me.
Yes, hi.
Hey.
Today I read a book in the morning called Study Web Development and Beyond. After that, I did with my group, Getty and Kevin, some cutters from Codewall. And then after that, I've been working on my PostgreSQL project. Yeah, I was using PostgreSQL, and today I was learning how to connect PostgreSQL with Python. Yes.
Okay, I guess you mean PostgreSQL?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you. And the book you just talked about, study web development. It's a free ebook for freelancers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went through that book. It's a really awesome book. If anyone needs a copy of that, I can send you a link so that you can download it for freelancers. It's an awesome book. Yeah,
it's an awesome book. I wish I read it earlier.
yeah, it's never too late. Don't worry about it. I can hear Getty laughing over there. Getty, can you give us a report? Before Getty, Lucy, do you have any blockers? Anything you want to be unblocked on?
Not really.
Okay. All right. It seems like reports nowadays have no blockers. This is interesting. Let's go to Getty.
Hi, guys. I was also reading the book on freelancing, and it's a really interesting book. Yeah, I'm still reading it. Then I'm done with my refactoring issue, although Nick raised something about it. He was asking if it was okay for me to place that module. It's a certain module that I included in users and registration controller. If it was okay for me to place it in app and that part, app helpers. So I don't know if you can see that, Sigu.
I saw the comment by Nick on that, yeah. And I wanted us to discuss that immediately after the scrum about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and Will, if you're free to help us out on that. It's a Ruby on Rails thing, if you're good on that.
I've never done it. I've never done any. I think you're the only person who's helped me with Ruby on Rails when I first joined.
No worries then. Paul, maybe you can stick around after the scrum so that you can have a look, get your opinion on that. If that's okay. Paul, you're muted if you're saying yes or no.
Yes, fine.
Okay. All right, thank you. So you heard it from Getty. I have Musa, who no, who joined first. Let's go with Will.
Oh, okay. I have been touching up my project's smart contract and the introduction to the project as well, which I think is better than it was 24 hours ago. I'm making a cryptocurrency and not stuck with anything. I'm learning how to use Mocha and Chai to do testing because it's part of the framework that I'm using to develop my smart contract called Truffle. Yeah, that's all.
You're doing testing. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a story about testing. I ever did a mobile application without test, and it reached a point where you could not change anything because you don't know what will happen. You cannot test.
Yeah.
What eventualities will be.
I find that the trouble with testing is that it's difficult. There's a steep learning curve from going from manual testing to using a testing framework.
Yeah.
And when you start with a framework, it's to me it's causing more problems than it's worth. And I'm just going back to testing it manually and just writing down what I'm doing. So I've got like a history of what of the tests that I have done. Anyway, I'll get there.
So we can count that as a blocker for now.
Yeah. Okay.
the learning curve for testing.
Yeah.
And JavaScript has so many testing frameworks, and they operate in a different way. Yeah, too much to learn from that other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Go to Musa. Your report, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. I've been going through the issues on the local support, and I found a very interesting issue here. If you can just see my screen. Okay, this issue where the admin can be able to undo the delete of a user in any case he deleted the user by mistake. So I've been going through this, and I've learned there is a gem called Act as Paranoid Gem. I learned it today. I'm still trying to go through it, how to use it, so that I can start this issue and work on it, actually. So that's what I've been doing today, better part of the day. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting, and I don't know how it's been prioritized to be done actually, and for the local support, but you can start working on it as you've started. Open a work in progress pull request so that when Sam comes next week, since he was with the meeting with the client, he can tell us what to do further. Okay, I missed the client. Yeah, I missed the client meeting, so I don't know whether that was put aside or not.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and that's why. Go on.
A blocker is the issue with testing. Actually, I'll need your help, Sego, in writing a test for our past issue, the event start time and end time.
Okay. So testing for the event start time and end time, the one you're doing with Kevin.
Yeah, the one you're doing with Kevin. We'll need your help.
All right. We'll have a look at that.
Okay.
All right. So next we can go to Kevin. We usually call him controller. So let's go to the controller.
Okay, hi guys.
Hi Kevin.
Okay, hi. So today some cutters. Then I was also looking at using Flask in Python. Then about local support, I think I need some help with the Travis, let me say, backtracking to the problem brought by the Travis, what are failing in the Travis. I have a problem backtracking to the problem that I have in my codes, which I realized is testing, but that is what that is where I think the problem is, but I still need maybe some guidance and maybe backtracking on that the Travis CI problem. I think I raised it yesterday. Yeah. Block. I think maybe. Yeah, I think the understanding the Travis issues and backtracking back to the code and seeing where the problem is and solving it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I guess you mean that when there's a failure in Travis, you don't know exactly where the failure occurred, and you don't know where to go and correct in your code, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it now. So thank you for that. I hope I'm not missing anyone except me. Malcolm, is Malcolm around? Crafty Coder. Okay, he's not there. So on your side, Kevin, am I missing anyone?
No, everyone's talked.
Okay, thank you, Getty, for that. So I can give my report. In the morning hours, I started working on the website for the code school, for the Kisumu Code School, so that at least people can start applying next week. So I'm working on the landing page. Will, you're not interested, I see.
Yeah, what's going on?
So I'm working on the landing page. After the landing page, I'll create a type form for that. Just created a type form account. I'll be creating a type form so that people can start registering for the school. And blocker on that, no blocker really. Everything seems to be fine. Then after that, I joined Kevin, Getty, and the group, Lucy, on doing the code wars. We did the Ruby one, and I don't know if the Python people managed to do the code war in Python, sorry. Yeah. Any other blocker? There's nothing much I've done other than that. Blockers, no other blocker. So Will, we can talk about that after the Scrum. I think it's officially the end of the Scrum.
I think so.
Right? Yeah. So you're free to leave the Scrum. Otherwise, we can go through Getty's issue. Then after that, Kevin's issue. All right. Okay. So I'll be tempted not to share my screen because of my connection. So Getty, you can kindly share your screen. Go to the particular pull request so that you can have a discussion about that.
Okay.
Singer, I'm just wondering if you could link me to what you're doing.
About the code school?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Will, I'm actually coming up with a website. We're trying to do a very good design of the website. Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't even have a name for the school.
Okay.
But we have everything. We have the syllabus. Coming up with a name is a bit of, it's hard.
It just takes a lot of time.
Yeah. So
and inspiration, really.
Yeah.
It comes that I struggle with that for my own project for a long time.
Yeah. So
where are you, Sigrid?
I am in Kenya.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I work with a lady from Kenya.
Oh, who that? Who do you work with?
A lady from Kenya, one of my colleagues.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Stella McCory.
Her name is?
Stella McCory.
Stella McCory. Okay.
Yeah.
She's from Nairobi, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Hasn't been home for quite a while, I think. Anyway.
Yeah. So, Getty, have you managed to share your screen? Because you can't see it.
Apparently, I can't. My laptop just hanged.
Okay, let me try share my screen.
Okay.
Hope it will be okay. Is this okay? Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so Getty, you're supposed to refactor. This is the issue. Wow, I love my internet speed. Okay, refactoring users and registration controllers. So it appears that some methods in the registration and users controllers duplicate each other. It will be useful to review and refactor these controllers, as well as adjusting tests to base on these changes. All right, so if I check on the changes that Getty made, include request helper. Why was this included actually?
So there was a common method between the users and registrations controller.
Mhm.
So I moved it to the application controller initially. But Nick recommended that I do not add more, or that if I add that method to the applications controller, it will be accessible to all other controllers, so it's not recommended. Yeah, so he advised me to just create a helper and then, and then include it, a module actually, and then include it in the controller.
All right, so that's what you call request helper.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. Oh, you include it in both. Where is that? It's under helpers, request helper,
Yes.
module request helper. Okay, this is interesting. Also, you pass the organization to this particular method, so it does whatever it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Okay. So what was Nick's concern? This is a good approach, I think,
Yeah.
having the helper. What do you think?
Who, me?
Right.
Hello.
Yeah. Or
I think it was okay, though Nick suggested that it shouldn't be in the helpers. It should be in the lib directory. I don't know why.
okay. What's your thought on that? Not Will. Sorry, I'm forgetting your name. Nick, not Nick.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Sorry about that.
Probably beyond my expertise to comment.
So, do you think it should be on the helpers or lib, or you no idea for now? Because from his comment, he's suggesting that. Sigo, do you think the module which was created should go to the helpers or it should go to the lib? In my opinion, it should go to the lib because helpers is for helpers, and helpers are usually used for the views.
It sounds reasonable to me. Yes.
Yeah. So if we move it to the lib, do we still include just as it has been included here? Do we still just do include request helpers? Does Rails load everything in the lib, or we need to explicitly tell it to load that?
I really couldn't tell you, Sigu, offhand. You'd have to try.
Right, so we'll have to try that with Getty maybe. Move it into lib and see if including it will still work.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll try that out and move it into lib.
Okay.
That was the only concern. Yeah, let's move it out of the helpers. The next one was from Kevin on your pull request. Where is that? Where's your pull request? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
So you're saying you could not map the errors that we have on the CI back to the code?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a look. So this is more of showing you how we look at the errors and okay, job log. So if you scroll down at this output, you'll get a log of everything that happened when the test was just about to be run and where it was being run.
Okay.
So at this point, we've started running the tests. Okay. When you see the green, it means it passed. All right. Around this line, we have a failure under event.
Yes.
Right. So let's see. We have a failure under event. Is valid with valid attributes. All these are failing. Now, if you scroll to the bottommost section of these, how do I do this? It should be at the bottommost, I guess. Failing scenarios.
Yeah.
Here they are. It will give you a summary of the failing scenarios. 8 failed, and these are the 8 which failed. Okay. The detail for the failures are right here. Okay. So we can take an example of, let's start with the latest. When I visit open source weekend event, then there's an undefined method ID for nil class.
Yes.
Now this error is coming out of this step definition. Are you familiar with cucumber tests?
Yes.
Not really.
Okay, Kevin, you're not familiar with that. So in Cucumber, you usually have the features and the step definitions. Okay, so you need to go do some little things about just generate a project and add Cucumber there. Try working with it and understand how it works. Then it will be easier for you to figure this out, where this error is coming in and why.
Oh, okay. So it is a cucumber.
Yes, it's a failure from. You have a nil class here, so it means probably there's an attribute you're not, there's a parameter you're not passing, or you're working with a nil object, which is causing this error. Yes.
Oh, because initially I thought it was add spec. Then Stella was saying that we are not using add spec in the.
Yeah. So this is a cucumber failure.
Okay.
Cucumber. All these are cucumber failures.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Unless there's any other concern.
No. Let me just practice the cucumber and the cucumber test. Let's need to test them. Go back to the local support and now try that.
All right. So I can get you resources on how to do cucumber tests so that you can quickly go through them. All right.
Great.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone, for attending the Scrum. Just in case there's any other thing.
I think Will wanted to touch base.
With you, he's written something on the chat. Oh, he's right here.
Yeah, I'm back.
The broadcast.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have that open.
Yeah, it's okay.
I can stop the broadcast.
Yeah, 2 p.m. that'd be, or 10 p.m. my time. It's a bit late for me.